Three horses behind the gate in tonight's final qualifier. One is Red Dirt Magic for David Dowling. Two, Chocolate Swirl with Jason Hughes. And three on the outside is No Great Mischief with Walter Chevrolet. They are at the top of the stretch. Here they come. And there they go off and pacing from the outside. No Great Mischief headed for the lead as they race into the first turn. Chocolate Swirl comes away second, and your early trailer is Red Dirt Magic as they race around the turn. It is No Great Mischief the leader. Chocolate Swirl at the rail in second, and Red Dirt Magic is the trailer as they go on up the backstretch, moving to the opening quarter. It is No Great Mischief in line to Walter Chevrolet out in front. Chocolate Swirl going along in second. Red Dirt Magic is the trailer as they go to the opening quarter. No change in position. It's still No Great Mischief out in front. Chocolate Swirl at the rail there second. 31-1 by the opening quarter. And your early trailer is Red Dirt Magic. As they race to the 3/8 turn for the first time, they swing off the turn. Down the stretch they come in front of us for the first time. It is still No Great Mischief. Chocolate Swirl going along second. Red Dirt Magic gapping out, trailing. They're in front of us now for the first time. They are halfway home, led by No Great Mischief. Chocolate Swirl muscles up in the 2-hole. And Red Dirt Magic is the trailer as they move to the 5/8 turn. Second and final time. The half up in 1 minute and 2/5. It's No Great Mischief on top. Chocolate Swirl is second. Red Dirt Magic is trailing as they go on up the backstretch, moving to the 3/4. And No Great Mischief lets it out a couple on the front end. Chocolate Swirl going along second. Red Dirt Magic is the trailer as they pass on by the 3/4. No Great Mischief is still there. Chocolate Swirl is second. Red Dirt Magic is the trailer. 1:29-3 by the 3/4. Heading into the 7/8 turn for the final time. No Great Mischief. Chocolate Swirl is second. And Red Dirt Magic is the trailer as they swing for home. No Great Mischief on top. Chocolate Swirl is second. Through the stretch right down to the wire. It's No Great Mischief to win it. Chocolate Swirl is second. And Red Dirt Magic will be 3. Time for the mile. 1:58-1. Results of tonight's final qualifier: Red Dirt Magic 3, Chocolate Swirl 2, No Great Mischief your winner. Fractions quarter 31-1, the half in 1 minute 2/5, 3/4 1:29-3. Time for the mile 1:58-1. Top down 3-2-1. Testing 1, 2, 3 from the broadcast desk. Test 1, 2, 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Red Shores at the Summerside Raceway. I'm your host, Rocky Skierman, along with Vance Cameron. We will bring you all the action tonight. 10 dashes on tap, featuring the 2-year-old pacing colts A and B divisions in the Atlantic Sire Stakes. For all the program and equipment changes, we're going to go upstairs to the voice of Red Shores. Here is Vance Cameron. Vance?
Thank you, Rocky, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Red Shores at the Summerside Raceway for tonight's racing program, event number 11 of the meeting. Fast track conditions, 17 degrees Celsius the temperature at this time in Summerside. The track condition is rated by the officiating members from the Atlantic Province's Harness Racing Commission. Tonight, the senior judge is Mr. Derek Quinn. The associate judges are Mr. Clifford Affleck and Mr. Dylan Allain. Now here are tonight's program and equipment changes. In tonight's first race, number 8, Son of Gracious, adding knee boots. No changes in the second. Turn over to race number 3. In the third race, scratch number 2, Bet the Tide, and scratch the Superfecta. Third race, scratch 2, Bet the Tide, and there's no Superfecta wagering available. No changes in race 4. Turn over to race 5. In tonight's fifth race, number 4, Toonie Tina, going from blind to blinkers. No changes in the sixth race. Turn over to race 7. In the seventh race, number 6, Fuzzpot, going from blinkers to blind bridle. Turning over to race number 8, a division of the Sire Stakes, scratch number 6, Stash It Away. Race 8, scratch number 6, Stash It Away. No changes in the ninth race. Turning over to race number 10, featuring the Jackpot High 5. In the 10th race, number 8, Adkins Hanover, adding a choke plate. That wraps up the changes at this time. The pari-mutuel wickets are open and selling 21 minutes before the first race post time, and it's set for 6:30. Now let's go back to my co-host Rocky Skierman at the HPI broadcast desk.
Thank you, Vance. Red Shores is pleased to offer a full betting menu, and some of the highlights include the Pick 4 starting on race 4. We also offer a 20-cent minimum on this pool and all superfectas. The single winner Jackpot High 5 is on race 10 with a low 15% takeout. When you buy a ticket on track, you have a chance to win with our mystery voucher coupon and qualify for a chance to win the grand prize of $1,000 on Governor's Plate Night. You can also tag your ticket tonight with an additional $25 jackpots on every race. Keep in mind when you ask for the pony pick, you could win your dinner tonight in our restaurants. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, if you're able, for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll draw your attention to the winner's circle. We got some presentations tonight, the Prince County Horsemen's Club Awards, and the first one tonight goes to the 2-year-old pacing colt of 2020 is Whistler. Whistler, owned by Alan McDonald, and he will be at trackside for this presentation. The award sponsored by Enterprise Venture Group. Guess he's not here, so the next award goes to the 3-year-old pacing colt. That is Windermere Frank, owned by Earl Watts, and the award sponsored by Highland Enterprises Incorporated. Next award is for the age pacing mare, goes to Woodmere Cella, owned by Valley Grove Farms, and the award is sponsored by the Kensington Veterinary Clinic. Now you'll see on your screen, Marvin Webster will accept the award from Dina Clough, Darla McCachran, and Don Hubbard. Congratulations. The next award for aged pacing horse is a horse that's starting in our 53rd running of the Governor's Plate on Saturday night, sponsored by Summerside Chrysler Dodge, and that is Woodmere Ideal Art and owner Sifwa Melanson. The award is sponsored by Ilsley's Feed and Farm Supply. Now trackside, Sifwa Melanson will accept the award from Don Hubbard and Darla McCachran. Congratulations. The next award goes to the age pacing horse. And does he ever deserve this award? Ladies and gentlemen, it is Heart and Soul, owned by George Riley. The award sponsored by the City of Summerside. At trackside, George Riley is in the winner's circle accepting his award for his horse, Heart and Soul. Congratulations. Next up is the 3-year-old pacing filly of the year 2020, and that goes to Dusty Lane Zambuca, owned by Alexis Gas. The award sponsored by Century 21. At trackside in the winner's circle is Alexis Gas receiving her award from Dina Clough. Congratulations. Next up is the claimer of the year, and that goes to Kid'em Image, owned by Marvin Webster. The award sponsored by Greco Pizza and Donaire. At trackside, Marvin Webster accepts his award for Kid'em Image, Claimer of the Year. Congratulations. Next up is the Breeder of the Year, and that will go to Claire Sudbury and his Southfield Farms. The award sponsored by the Prince Edward Island Standardbred Horse Owners Association. Now at trackside in the winner's circle, Claire Sudbury receives his award for Breeder of the Year, Southfield Farms Incorporated. Congratulations. Next up is the Lifetime Membership Award. A winner of 190 races in his career, this man has had a lifelong devotion to harness racing in Prince County as a trainer, driver, owner, and executive. A longtime Prince County Horsemen's Club director and former association president, Barry Bigger has raced a lot of talented horses in his career like Abilene Hall, Highland Hurricane, Trenton's Best Coal, Mike's Dragon, and Proud Robbie, just to name a few. At trackside, Barry Bigger receives the Lifetime Membership Award from Don Hubbard and Dina Clow. Congratulations. The Joe O'Brien Memorial Award this year goes to Kingsley Walsh. The award sponsored by the Prince County Horsemen's Club. Now in the winner's circle, Don Hubbard, Dina Clow, and Darla McCachran present the Joe O'Brien Memorial Award to Kingsley Walsh. Now we have Volunteer of the Decade. Looks like a new award, and that is presented by the Prince County Horsemen's Club, and that's going to go to Art Rogers. Now at trackside, Kingsley Walsh and Don Hubbard presents the Volunteer of the Decade Award, along with Darla McCachran, to Art Rogers. Congratulations. Before we get to the next award, I just want to say thank you to Lynn Whitlock on behalf of the Prince County Horsemen's Club executive for all the hard work that she does. I know along with her sister Brenda McGinnis, they do a tremendous amount of work. And on behalf of the Prince County Horsemen's Club, I just want to say thank you to Lynn Whitlock and Brenda McGinnis. At trackside, Devin Wallace. He got an award tied for top driver in wins under 30 starts, along with Taylor Doyle with 3 wins. He's at trackside to accept his trophy. Congratulations. And that concludes the night's awards. We'll have more later this week. Just a note to anybody who is here this evening or watching at Redshores.ca. Red Shores and industry officials continue to monitor the weather forecast for the weekend racing schedule. An official announcement will be made Friday morning at 10 a.m. So for those of you watching, we know everybody's watching the weather forecast for the weekend racing schedule. An official announcement will be made tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. The Prince County Horsemen's Club would like to thank the Prince Edward Island Harness Racing Industry Association for sponsoring this week's second chance draws on the 50/50 tickets. They have donated $135 gift cards in recognition of 135 years of racing at the Summerside Raceway to a variety of local businesses. Today we will have one extra draw. After the money ticket is pulled, one more ticket will be pulled, a $135 gift card to Ilsley's Feed and Farm Supply. Once again, thank you to the Prince Edward Island Harness Racing Industry Association. Good luck. You have a look at your monitors here before the horses and drivers step onto the track for tonight's first race. Less than 8 to go. You'll see I'm going with a 4.57 in here. The backstretch beat likes a 4.25. And the program selections goes with a 4.25 here in tonight's opener. The horses and drivers will be on the track in just a moment.
Evening's first race on the track for the post parade. Number 1, Watch Him Treasure, owned by Jonathan Mundell of Stratford, trained by Earl Watt. Lenny Myers drives. 2, Here Comes Emmett, owned by Paul Hagan of Hunter River, trained by Melvin Gamester, David Dowling. Number 3, Fire Jet, owned and trained by Claire Sweet of O'Leary, Jacob Sweet driving. 4 is Southwind Brawn, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge. Jennifer does the training. Jason Hughes drives. Number 5, Ozark, owned by Sandra Webster, Courtney Gallant, and Scott Campbell, trained by Mickey Gallant, Brody McPhee. Number 6, DC Hammering Hank, owned by Dave Kelly and Charlene Cipher of Springvale, Dave training and driving. Number 7 is Source of Night, owned by Jack McGurk and Don Thompson of Kensington. Jack does the training. Taylor Doyle drives. Number 8, Son of Gracious, owned by Paul Murphy of Charlottetown, trained by Frank Hansen, Kenny Murphy in the sulky. 2 minutes wagering time on tonight's opener. Welcome to our on-track and off-track customers. You are watching Race Day live from Red Shores, Summerside.
Let's head out to the track for tonight's opener. First half of the daily double, Exactor, Superfecta, Triactor, Win, Place, and Show Wagering. Landing on the 4 in here, Southwind Brawn, newcomer to Prince Edward Island, 3-year-old by Sports Writer for Jennifer Doyle and Danny Burt. Jennifer does the training and Jason Hughes will do the driving tonight. Was scratched out of his last one at Rideau Carleton, but the start before that, June 17th at Rideau Carleton Raceway's 5/8 mile track. Started from post 2 and finished 3. Race timed in 1:58 flat. Closed it out in 30-1. This horse is a maiden, as are all the rest of them in here. Southwind Brawn from post 4 tonight looks for his first lifetime win at 1-2. Now on your screen is the 5, Ozark, 3-year-old by Shadow Play for Sandra Webster, Courtney Gallant, and Scott Campbell. Mickey Gallant does the training, and Brody McPhee will do the driving tonight. Last start at Charlottetown, July 3rd, had post 5 and finished 3. Race timed in 2 minutes and 3/5, closed it out 29-4. And June 26th at Charlottetown, had post 3, finished 4th. Race timed in 1:59-4, makes his 7th lifetime start tonight. Ozark from post 5 looks for his maiden win at 3-1. Here we get a look at the 7, Source of Night. 3-year-old colt by Source of Pride for Jack McGurk and Don Thompson. Taylor Doyle is in the driver's seat tonight. Last raced here July 1st, post 4, finished 3. Race time 2:01-1, closed it out in 30-3. This is just his second start of 2021. 6th career start tonight for Source of Night with Taylor Doyle at 53-1. First race of the evening and a beautiful Thursday night here at Red Shore Summerside. The horses and drivers are moving in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for the first time tonight. Let's go upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Watch him treasure. Here comes Emmett. Fire Jet. Southwind Brawn. Ozark. DC Hammering Hank. Source of Night. Son of Gracious outside. Race 1. Top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough and pacing Southwind Brawn coming from the center is leaving out towards the rail. That's Here Comes Emmett. Now moving into second as they move on round the turn. That's Fire Jet, and he'll be the leader now. Fire Jet leads from the outside. Southwind Brawn second. Here comes Emmett third. DC Hammering Hank away fourth. Watch him treasure in fifth. Racing from sixth. That's Ozark. Seventh is Source of Night. Then the trailer is Son of Gracious. So Southwind Brawn, the 1-9 chalk is on the engine for Jason Hughes. Racing from second is Fire Jet. Here comes Emmett. Goes a third. The opening quarter was up in 29-3. In fourth, DC Hammering Hank. Watch him treasure is fifth. Ozark is sixth. That is Source of Night racing from seventh. And the trailer is Son of Gracious. Off the paddock turn they come and one straight back to 8. As they arrive at the midway point, the newcomer is Southwind Brawn. Halfway home for the Blue Knight. Racing second is Fire Jet. Here comes Emmett third. Then in fourth, DC Hammering Hank to the outside fifth. There goes Watch Him Treasure. Now sixth, Source of Night. Seventh is Son of Gracious, and Ozark went off stride, 60 seconds flat for an opening half mile. Southwind Brawn the leader. Here comes Emmett now up and after him second. Back into third is Fire Jet. Watch him treasure on the outside fourth. Fifth is DC Hammering Hank. Source of Night has six with Son of Gracious and Ozark the trailer. They arrived at 3/4. Southwind Brawn is the leader on the cones. 3/4 in 1:30-2. Here comes Emmett from the outside, just a neck away. Fire Jet at the rail third. They're homeward bound in the opener. Southwind Brawn the leader. Here comes Emmett trying to upset the heavy favorite. Oh, they get real tight here in the stretch as they come to the wire. Southwind Brawn will get there. Second is Here Comes Emmett. Fire Jet third. We go under an inquiry to open up this Thursday night. The mile in 2 minutes, 2/5.
Here comes the slow-mo replay from tonight's opener, brought to you by Universum Media. And we saw Southwind Brawn go to the front tonight in 29-3, the half up in a minute. The 3/4 in 1:30-2. And coming through the lane there, as Vance said, they got a little tight, but they're battling it out still down the stretch here. Southwind Brawn on the inside. Up on the outside is David Dowling with Here Comes Emmett. And at the line, it's Southwind Brawn on the line to win. Here comes Emmett up for second, in there for third. That is Fire Jet with DC Hammering Hank in there for fourth. But as Vance said, we are under an inquiry here in race 1. Hold all tickets.
Actually, we are under 2 judges' inquiries in race number 1. The first one involves the break on 5, Ozark, at the half. And the second one involves numbers 2 and 4 during the stretch drive. Dealing with one of the judges' inquiries in race number 1, the racing officials are going to place number 2, Here Comes Emmett, first. Here comes Emmett, had a little cheering section of his own here in tonight's opener, and David Dowling will parade him right to the winner's circle in tonight's first race. Here comes Emmett, Bay pacing Colt 3 by Militias off the Gothic Dream Dam Pete Steelster. Homebred of Paul Hagen of Hunter River, trained by Melvin Gamester. David Dowling is in the driver's seat. 2 minutes, 2 fifths. That'll be a maiden record. Here comes Emmett in tonight's opener. Now the results of the second judge's inquiry in race 1. Number 1, Watch Him Treasure, finished 5th and will be placed 8th for interference on number 5, Ozark, at the opening half mile. Now the official results in race number 1, Watch Him Treasure finished 5th, was placed 8th for interference on number 5 at the opening half mile. Here Comes Emmett finished 2nd, was placed 1st. Fire Jet was 3rd. Southwind Braun finished 1st, was placed 2nd for interference on number 2 during the stretch drive. Ozark finished 8th, placed 7th. DC Hammering Hank was 4th. Source of Night finished 6th, was placed 5th. Son of Gracious finished 7th, was placed 6th. 29 and 3, 1 minute. 1:30 and 2. And the mile 2 minutes and 2 fifths. From the top after the placings, 8:13, 2:74, 5:6. Here Comes Emmett, 950 to win. The exactor $21.70, triactor $171, and the superfecta $136.31.
Ladies and gentlemen, draw your attention trackside to the winner's circle. Somebody missed their award tonight, wasn't here, but they're here now. With half his starts in the top 3, Whistler plugged away in the 2-year-old ranks in 2020 while taking a lifetime best of 158-2 for trainer-driver Jason Hughes and owner Alan McDonald. At trackside, Dina Clough makes the 2-year-old pacing colt presentation. Whistler to owner Alan McDonald. Congratulations. If you have a look at your monitors, you'll see that I'm going with a 1-2-3 here in race 2. The backstretch beat likes 1-2-7, and your program selections has a 1-7-3. Horses and drivers will be on the track in a moment.
First division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old colt pacers. Second race post parade. 1 Silver Spirit, Devin Wallace of Bloomfield. Owner, trainer, and driver. 2 Soul Assassin, owned by Windermere Farms, Hollis Newson and Roger Burns, trained by Earl Watts, David Dowling. Number 3, J.J. Maximus, owned by Taylor Doyle, Jason Sherry, and Robin LaJeunesse. Taylor trains and drives. Number 4 is Halmac Maximus, owned by Walter Simmons of Summerside and Wade Story of Montague. Wade does the training. Mark Campbell up. Robbie Chappell of Summerside, the owner, trainer, and driver. Number 5, I Hear Thunder. 6 Prince Hal, home of the Next Generation Stable Stratford, trained by Earl Smith, driven by Brody McPhee. Nolan's Magic Shway, number 7, owned by Dale and Ronnie Rennie and Melissa Rennie, trained by Ronnie Gass, Gilles Barrio. Number 8, Pocket of Aces, owned by Doug Matheson of Cornwall and Dunsand Farms of Warren Grove, trained by Nick Oakes. That's Jason Hughes. 4 minutes to post time. Race Day Live presented in part by Red Shores and Summerside Chrysler Dodge. Red Shores is teaming up with a special HBI promotion on Governor's Plate Night.
Let's go out to the track for tonight's second race. Atlantic Sire Stakes, 2-year-old pacing colts in a B division. Landing on the rail sitter in here, Silver Spirit, 2-year-old colt by Veradero Hanover. Owner, trainer, driver, and breeder is Devin Wallace of Bloomfield. Nice start for his first lifetime start. June 25th was a Friday night right here. Had the rail and was a winner 2 minutes flat by 5.5 lengths. Closed it out in 29-3. He's 1 for 1. He's got the rail tonight. Silver Spirit for Devin Wallace. Good odds, 5-1. Now we have a look at the 2, Soul Assassin, 2-year-old by Malicious for Windermere Farms. Hollis Newson, Roger Burns, Earl Watts. The Master of Windermere is the trainer. David Dowling in the driver's seat tonight. Qualified here July 1st, post 4. Just beaten. Finished second, quarter of a length, 2:04.3. Closed it out, 29.4 for Lenny Myers. Soul Assassin, post 2 tonight. First lifetime start. Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old Colts B Division at 27-1. Here we go to look at another one making their first lifetime start tonight is the 3, JJ Maximus, 2-year-old by Tobago Cays for Taylor Doyle, Jason Sherry, and Robin Legioness. Taylor Doyle is the trainer and the driver. Qualified here July 1st, head post 4, finished 2. Race timed in 2:02.4, closed it out in 29.4. JJ Maximus, post 3 tonight, first lifetime start for Taylor Doyle at 6-5. Time is running out to get your selections here in race number 2. Atlantic Sire Stakes, 2-year-old pacing colts in a B division. Going to get down the odds board. We see Silver Spirit on the rail at 5-2. Soul Assassin 2 at 27-1. JJ Maximus from post 3 is 3-2. 4 Halmac Maximus is 41-1. I Hear Thunder with Robbie Chappell from post 5. They are 24-1. Prince Hal from post 6 is 23-1. Nolan's Magic Shui from post 7 is 7-2. And Pocket of Aces with Jason Hughes at 2-1. Just another note from Redshores and industry officials that if you're just tuning in tonight, they continue to monitor the weather forecast for the weekend racing schedule. An official announcement will be made tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Just once again, we're monitoring the weather forecast for the weekend racing schedule, and an official announcement will be made tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Two-year-old pacing colts Atlantic Sire Stakes B Division for a purse of $3,000. There's 6 of them in here making their first lifetime start in an 8-horse field. Let's go upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Silver Spirit, Soul Assassin, JJ Maximus, Halmac Maximus. I Hear Thunder, Prince Hal, Nolan's Magic Sway, Pocket of Aces, top of the stretch. The Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old Colt Pacers First Division. Post time. The rough and pacing J.J. Maximus is the first one out. Silver Spirit along the rail will be second. Soul to Saxon will be third. And he goes wide around the turn. To get away fourth is Hamac Maximus. I Hear Thunder's in fifth. Racing six on the outside. Prince Hal, then seventh. Up the rail, Nolan's Magic's Way. Trailing the field, Pocket of Aces up front. Silver Spirit in line to Devin Wallace will show the way. J.J. Maximus tucked away for a two-hole ride. Then in third, it's Soul to Saxon racing from fourth. That is Hamac Maximus, the quarter up in 30 seconds flat. I Hear Thunder is fifth. Then in sixth, that's Prince Hal, Nolan's Magic's Way, and Pocket of Aces, a full field of 8, and they got away in programmed order. The 2-year-old Colt Pacers arriving at the opening half-mile next, led by Silver Spirit. Second is J.J. Maximus, and racing from third, Soul to Saxon. There goes Hamac Maximus to the outside fourth. The opening half-mile in a minute and 1. Racing fifth is I Hear Thunder. Then 6 up the rail, Prince Hal from the outside 7, Nolan's Magic's Way. And the trailer, Pocket of Aces on the backstretch. They go to 3/4, and it's all Silver Spirit in here. Hamac Maximus has taken over second. J.J. Maximus now third. Soul to Saxon is fourth. On the outside fifth, that's I Hear Thunder. Racing from 6. On the cones is Prince Hal. 7th, Nolan's Magic's Way. Pocket of Aces, the trailer. 3/4 in 1:30 and 2. They're down to 1/8 of a mile to go. That is Silver Spirit, the leader. Hamac Maximus is not far away. In the stretch drive they come. Silver Spirit, Hamac Maximus. Here's the line. Silver Spirit and Wallace all the way. Second is Hamac Maximus. Third will go to Soul Assassin. Time for the mile, 1:59.4.
Here comes the replay from tonight's second race. Atlantic Sire Stakes, 2-year-old pacing colts in a B division for a purse of $3,000. And Silver Spirit with Devin Wallace went right down the road tonight. 30, the half in a minute 1, 3/4 in 1:30 and 2. And a new race win record, 1:59 and 4. Well-rated mile by Devin Wallace tonight with Silver Spirit. Up for second is the 4, Hamac Maximus. In there for third, that's the 2, Soul Assassin. J.J. Maximus gets in for fourth. It's 1, 4, 2, 3 unofficially here in race 2. We'll see the winning connections in the Woodmere Standardbreds Winner's Circle and the presentation of the Atlantic Sire Stakes Cooler next.
This Colt starting his freshman campaign off on the right foot with a couple of victories from a couple of starts. Silver Spirit in the second race winner's circle. Baypix and Gelding 2 by Veradero Hanover from the Estrellas Dam, paid in silver. Devin Wallace does it all. He owns, he trains, he drives, and he's the breeder of this colt, who went right down the road, pacing to a new race win record of 159 and 4. Silver Spirit in the Atlantic Sire Stakes with the trackside cooler presentation. Here's the official results in the second race. Silver Spirit the winner. Soul Assassin was third. J.J. Maximus fourth. Howmac Maximus was second. I Hear Thunder seventh. Prince Hal fifth. Nolan's Magic Sway was eighth. Pocket of Aces sixth. 30, 1 minute 1. 130 and 2. And the mile 159 and 4. In review 134, 275, 86. Silver Spirit paid 410. Exactor 39.50. Triactor 64.60. Superfecta 30.24. The early daily double 11.50.
Just a note to horsemen in the paddock area, you have to have your trucks parked in the horsemen's parking lot. You have to, fire regulations cannot have them parked around the ship-in barn. So trucks and trailers have to be moved out to the parking lot. The top driver and trainer standings here at Red Shore Summerside are brought to you by Tradewinds Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated, Tradewinds Heating and Cooling is the island's largest and longest standing Mitsubishi heat pump dealer. Visit TradewindsEcoEnergy.com to schedule your free estimate today. Tradewinds Heating and Cooling, affordable solutions, premium service. We're doing the top trainer standings here tonight. Ronnie Gass leads the way with 12 coming into tonight. Wade Sorey, Mark Campbell, and Nick Oakes all tied with 5 wins. And Jeff Wallace rounds out the top 5 with 4 wins. The top trainer standings brought to you by Tradewinds Heating and Cooling.
Third race on post parade, number 1, Outrageous Song, owned by Paul Holmes of Warren Grove, trained by Ron Matheson, Jules Barrio driving. Number 2 is Scratch. 3 is Hamac River Cruiser, owned by Alan Smith of Brookfield and Brad Smith of Charlottetown, Brad training and driving. 4, Ultimate Flying Nun, home of the Ultimate Stable at Greater Lakeburn, New Brunswick, trained by Don Hubbard, Kyle Mason drives. Number 5, Levion Rose, owned by the estate of Eric Johnson of Summerside, trained by Glennie McKay, Mark Campbell aboard. 3 minutes, wagering time on the third. Follow Red Shores on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Let's go out to the track for tonight's third race. Exactor, Triactor, Win Place, and Show Wagering. We had a scratch of the 2 here, Bet the Tide. So that scratches out the Superfecta tonight. Looking at the 1 here, Outrageous Songs, a 3-year-old filly by Sports Writer for Paul Holmes of Warren Grove. Ronnie Matheson, the trainer. Jill Barrio will do the driving tonight. Last start was at Charlottetown, June 24th. Head post 7. Finished third. Race timed in 1:57.2. The start before that, June the 10th at Charlottetown, was a wire-to-wire winner from post 2 in 1:59.2. Has the rail tonight, Outrageous Song with Jill Barrio at 1-4. There's a look at the 5, La Vie en Rose. 4-year-old mare by Malicious for the estate of Eric Johnson of Summerside. Glennie McKay Jr. is the trainer. Mark Campbell is in the bike again tonight. Last start was here July 1st. Head post 3. Finished 3. Race time 1:59.1. Closed it out in 29.1. 5 times in the top 3 from 7 starts, including a win right here at Summerside. 1:59 flat for a season's best. La Vie en Rose from post 5 tonight with Mark Campbell. Good odds, 5-1. Now on your screen is the 4, Ultimate Flying Nun, 9-year-old mare by Driven to Win for Ultimate Stable of Greater Lakeburn, New Brunswick. Don Hubbard is the trainer, and her son Kyle Mason will do the driving tonight. Last start July 3rd at St. John, post 4, finished 4. Race timed in 1:59.3, closed it out in 29.4. Ultimate Flying Nun, post 4 tonight with Kyle Mason at 3-1. Quick look at the odds board here. Race number 3, Outrageous Song with Jill Barrio at 1-4. The 2 is scratched. Hamac River Cruiser from post 3 with Brad Smith at 5-1. The 4, Ultimate Flying Nun with Kyle Mason at 7-2, as is La Vie en Rose from post 5 with Mark Campbell at 7-2. Don't get shut out. Wager early. We want you in some action here on race 3. Well, Vince, you talk about a happy field of 5. This must be an excited field of 4 as they move in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's 3rd. Up to you for the call.
One of those perfect happy fields, Rock. All the horses get money, and the track gets to hang on to some too. Outrageous Song, Hammock River Cruiser, Ultimate Flying Nun, Levion Rose. Post time. The rough and pacing Hammock River Cruiser Outrageous Song is leaving just a wee bit more towards the rail as they move round the turn. To get away 3rd is Ultimate Flying Nun and the early trailer. That'll be Levion Rose. Outrageous Song for Jill Barrio will be the fraction setter. Hammock River Cruiser is tucked away in the 2-hole. Racing 3rd is Ultimate Flying Nun. Then in 4th and trailing Levion Rose. So they move to the opening quarter mile. Shouldn't see a lot of action in here as Barrio fronts the field aboard Outrageous Song, the quarter in 29-1. Second is Hammock River Cruiser. Then in 3rd, that's Ultimate Flying Nun. The trailer is Levion Rose. Off the paddock turn they come down the stretch towards that opening half-mile. Outrageous Song, the leader. Second is Hammock River Cruiser. Then 3rd, Ultimate Flying Nun. Levion Rose is tipped to the outside. 4th as they arrive at the midway point. Outrageous Song, the leader. Now 2nd is Levion Rose. Racing from 3rd, Hammock River Cruiser. And the trailer is Ultimate Flying Nun. 1 minute and 1/5 was the half. They're over to the 5/8 with Outrageous Song in control. Levion Rose first up, 2nd. Hammock River Cruiser 3rd. Trailing 4th, Ultimate Flying Nun. The 3/4 coming next. And Outrageous Song maintains the lead. From the outside and outer wheel, Levion Rose. Hammock River Cruiser is in the pocket 3rd. Ultimate Flying Nun is 4th. 3/4 up in 1. 29-2. They went 29-1 in the 3rd. 1/8 of a mile to go. An Outrageous Song trying to take it all the way. Levion Rose, Hammock River Cruiser, Ultimate Flying Nun, deep stretch now. An Outrageous Song makes every call, winning one with Barrio. 2nd, that's Hammock River Cruiser. Levion Rose is 3rd. 1:58-1.
Here comes the replay from tonight's 3rd race, brought to you by Universal Media. And we saw Outrageous Song go to the front tonight, 29-1, the half a minute 1, 3/4 up in 1:29-2. And she gets a new race win record tonight, 1:58-1. Up for 2nd is the 3, Hammock River Cruiser. Great drive by Brad Smith there to get the deuce. In for 3rd is the 5, Levion Rose. And Ultimate Flying Nun is 4th. So we got a 1-3-5-4 unofficially here in race 3. We'll see the winning connections in the Woodmere Standardbreds winner circle next.
Outrageous Song being paraded back to the 3rd race winner's circle. Big Pacing Philly 3 by Sports Rider. From the Cami Best Jam, Outrageous Song, that homebred of Paul Holmes of Warren Grove. Ronnie Matheson, the trainer. Jill's Barrio had her on top at every call, guiding her to a new pacing record of 1:58-1. Outrageous Song in the 3rd.
The management and staff at Red Shores want your experience to be fun and entertaining. That is why we offer information on how our games work, tips to keep your gambling fun, and available community resources. For more information, please speak to one of our PlayWise advisors or stop by the PlayWise Information Center.
Now the official results in the third. Outrageous Song, the winner. Bet the Tide scratched. Hamac River Cruiser second. Ultimate Flying Nun fourth. Levion Rose third. 29 and 1. 1 minute 1. 129 and 2. And the mile 158 and 1. In review, 1 scratch 2. 4 3. Outrageous Song paid $340. The exactor $850 and the triactor $1780.
Red Shores is pleased to announce another betting promotion for players across the entire HBI platform on Governor's Plate Night. Players who spend a minimum of $40 or more on Governor's Plate Night will earn 3% cash back. You must opt in to be able to participate. Go to hbibet.com.
Second division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes on the fourth race parade. Theodore J. Down, number 1. Home with Stephen Downey of Quizpam, Sis, New Brunswick. Steve Mason, training and driving. Bria Shadow, number 2, is owned by Carson Wilkie of Stratford, trained by Kenneth Wilkie. Tonight, Mark Campbell. 3, J.J. Tommy, owned by James Perot, Stratford. Kenny Arsenault, trains and drives. Number 4, Middleton Terror, owned by Kingsley Walsh of Albany and Frank Balcom of Amherst, Nova Scotia. Donnie McNeil, training and driving. Five, Hamac Tank, owned by Kyle Williams of Coleman, Rebecca Blaisdell of Freeland. Kyle does the training with Jill Barrio driving. Number 6 is Dendega Cougar Beach, owned by Juanita and Alan McLeod of Brackley, trained by Dave Kelly. Brody McPhee drives. Number 7, J.J. Logan, owned by Perry Burke of Gros Isle, Quebec, trained and driven by Corey McPherson. Eight, Morian Bay, owned by Bell River Gold Stable at Bell River, trained by Wade Sorey, Kenny Murphy. 2 minutes wagering time on the 4th. Race day is broadcasting live at Redshores.ca and Red Shores YouTube channel. Rocky Skirm is next with a review of the Pick 4 tickets in play tonight.
If you have a look at your screen, you'll see all of our Pick 4s in play tonight. I'm going with the 4, Middleton Terror, in here, as is the backstretch beat. For race number 5, I'm going with the 6, Top of Her Trade for Jill Barrio. Race 7, I like the 3, Fernhill General for Brody McPhee. And to round it out, race 7, I'll go with the 2, Where Are We Eula for Jason Hughes. You see Nick Oakes' selections, 4-6-3-2, mine a 4-6-3-2, and Gerard Smith likes 5-6-3-1. Good luck with your Pick 4 selections. First call for 50-50 up here in the Oval. Lynn is up here right now. It's her first call for 50-50 here in the Oval. Let's go out to the track for race number 4, Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old pacing colts with the B division, purse of $3,000. Landing on the 4 in here, Middleton Terror, 2-year-old by Stonebridge Terror for Kingsley Walsh of Albany and Frank Balcom of Amherst, Nova Scotia. Donnie McNeil is the trainer and the driver. Very impressive start here July 1st. Head post 3, right down the road, wire-to-wire winner in 2 minutes and 2/5. Closed it out in 30-1. Makes his second lifetime start tonight. Middleton Terror from post 4 with Donnie McNeil at 9-5. There's a look at the 6, Zendaya Cougar Beach, my third selection here. Juanita and Alan McLeod of Brackley are the owners. Brody McPhee drives. Dave Kelly is the trainer. Qualified at Charlottetown June 19th. Had the rail, finished fourth, 2:01-1. Closed it out 28-3. And first lifetime start June 26th at Charlottetown was a winner in 2:01-4. Closed it out in 29 seconds flat for Dave Kelly. Zendaya Cougar Beach from post 6 tonight with Brody McPhee at even money. And there is my second selection here. The 5, Hal Max Hank, Kyle Williams of Coleman, Rebecca Blaisdell of Freeland are the owners. Kyle Williams trains Gilles Barrio tonight in the bike. 2 qualifiers. June 25th here was a winner, 2:04. And July 1st, post 5 was a winner, 2:02 flat. Both of those with Corey McPherson in the bike. Hal Max Hank, first lifetime start tonight from post 5 at 2-1. We got a full field of 8 2-year-old pacing colts in Atlantic Sire Stakes B action. They're lining up behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go back upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Theodore J. Down, Bria Shadow, J.J. Tommy, Middleton Terror, Hamax Hank, Zendaya Cougar Beach, J.J. Logan, Morian Bay is outside. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing Middleton Terror, the first one away. On the rail, that's J.J. Tommy into their outside. Third is Halmax Hank as they make their way round the turn. Coming up fourth, Zendaya Cougar Beach. Then towards the inside and racing from fifth is Bria Chateau. Sixth is Morian Bay. From the outside, after a little miscue, seventh, that is J.J. Logan. And the trailer, Theodore J. Down. So the 2-year-old colts are strung out in the early going. Middleton Terror for Donnie McNeil, leading by 2 at the quarter. Second is J.J. Tommy. Back into third is Halmax Hank. Opening quarter was up 29-2. Zendaya Cougar Beach around the turn is fourth. Bria Shadow fifth. Then in sixth, Morian Bay. J.J. Logan is seventh. And Theodore J. Down trails. Down the stretch they come, approaching the midway point. Led by Middleton Terror. Second, that is J.J. Tommy. Racing from third, Halmax Hank. With the leaders fourth, Zendaya Cougar Beach. Well back into fifth is Bria Chateau. Morian Bay on the outside sixth. J.J. Logan seventh. Theodore J. Down the trailer. 59-4 for an opening half mile. That's Middleton Terror, the fraction center. They're on the back stretch. Second is J.J. Tommy. There goes Halmax Hank. Sent to the outside third. Zendaya Cougar Beach, a contender fourth. Up fifth on the outside. That is Morian Bay. Now Bria Shadow sixth. Theodore J. Down seventh. J.J. Logan is eighth. 3/4 in a 1:31 flat on the turn for the final time. Middleton Terror with an 8 left to go. From the outside, J.J. Tommy is now second. Zendaya Cougar Beach third. Halmax Hank fourth. Deep in the stretch. It's a wire-to-wire win for Middleton Terror and Donnie McNeil in the Atlantic Sires. J.J. Tommy was second. Zendaya Cougar Beach third. The mile 2 minutes flat.
Here comes the replay from tonight's fourth race, brought to you by Universal Media. The Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old pacing colts B division. We saw Middleton Terror go right down the road, 29-2, the half 59-4, 3/4 in 1:31 flat. And he gets the job done tonight, 2 minutes flat. That is a new race win record, and he's now 2 for 2. Congratulations to the owners, Kingsley Walsh and Frank Balcom. Donnie McNeil, the driver, up for second. That is the 3. J.J. Tommy with Kenny Arsenault, and in for third is the 6, Zendaya Cougar Beach with Brody McPhee. The 5, Halmax Hank is fourth. So 4-3-6-5 unofficially here in race 4. We'll see the winning connections in the Woodmere Standardbreds Winner Circle and the Atlantic Sire Stakes Cooler presentation next.
Middleton Terror arriving at the 4th race winner's circle. Pacing gelding 2 by Stonebridge Terror off the Mach 3 dam. Miracle on the Hudson. Owned by Kingsley Walsh of Albany and Frank Balk of Amherst, Nova Scotia. Colt bred by Noonan Holdings Limited and Russell Noonan. Donnie McNeil training and driving. Had him on top at every call. And with his second lifetime start, he'll get his second lifetime victory. Pacing to a new record. 2 minutes. Middleton Terror in the Atlantic Sire Stakes. Now the official results in the 4th. Theodore J. Down was 7th. Bria Shadow 5th. J.J. Tommy was 2nd. Middleton Terror the winner. Hamax Hank 4th. Zendaya Cougar Beach 3rd. J.J. Logan was 8th. Morian Bay finished 6th. Fractions went 29 and 2. 59 and 4. 131 and the mile 2 minutes. In review, it's 7:52. 1:43.86. Middleton Terror returning 560. The exactor 97.50. Triactor 966.10. And the superfecta 51.66.
The Pony Pick is a table play and a fun way to play the horses. It's a fan-friendly option with a chance to win your meal at our participating restaurants. All you have to do is ask your seller for a Pony Pick. They're only $5 and your horse gives you 3 chances to win.
Fifth race on the track and parading, number 1, Cinder Angelita, owned by Mackenzie Arsenault of Alberton, trained by Jansen Sweet, Jacob Sweet driving. 2, Rave Review, owned by Jimmy Gorman of South Melville, trained by Ronnie Gass, Corey McPherson drives. She's a Lover, number 3, is owned, trained, and driven by Robbie Chappell of Summerside. 4, Toonie Tina, owned by Kendra Holroyd of Winslow and Suzanne Ramsey of Middle Sackville, Nova Scotia, trained by Mark Bradley and driven by Brody McPhee. Number 5, Windermere No Harm Done, has David Dowling in the driver's seat for owner-trainer Travis Wilkie of Montague. Number 6, Top of Her Trade, owned by Crazy 8 Stable of Charlottetown, trained by Todd Walsh. Tonight, Jill's Burial. 3 minutes wagering time on race number 5. The Top of the Park restaurant is now taking bookings for the special Governor's Plate dinner and viewing party for $21.95 on Saturday night. There is still some space available, so call the Top of the Park in Charlottetown and book your table.
Let's go out to the track for race number 5. Looking at the 6 here, Top of the Trade, 4-year-old mare by Both the Doer. For Crazy 8 Stable of Charlottetown, Todd Walsh, the trainer. Jill Berriot will do the driving tonight. Last start July 3rd at Charlottetown, post 4. Finished 8, race time 1:59 flat. If you look at the start before that, Charlottetown, June 24th in a 9:51. Finished 5th, race timed in 1:57.2. Closed it out in 29.2. This mare drops down in class tonight. Top of the Trade from post 6 with Jill Berriot at 1-9. There we get a look at Rave Review from post 2. Better's Delight for James Gorman of South Melville. Ronnie Gass is the trainer. Corey McPherson will do the driving. Last start was here July 1st, post 5. Right down the road, winner 159-3, closed it out in 29-4. That was her second win of the season and a season's best right here at Summerside. Post 2 tonight for Rave Review with Corey McPherson. Good odds, 10-1. There's a look at the 5, top of her trade. 4-year-old mare by Windermere No Harm Done, is the 5. She's a 6-year-old mare by Articulator for Travis Wilkie of Montague. Travis does the training and David Dowling does the driving tonight. Last start was here July 5th, finished 2. Race timed in 159-3. And Windermere No Harm Done, post 5, going away right now at 3-1. Fillies and Mares in tonight's 5th race. They are lining up behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go back upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Cinder Angelina, Rave Review, She's a Lover. Toonie Tina Windermere No Harm Done, top of her trade. There's a half a dozen noses up on the gate. It's the 5th race, and they're at the top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing Rave Review, top of her trade. Cinder Angelina will be 3rd around the turn. To get away 4th, She's a Lover. Toonie Tina 5th. Windermere No Harm Done will trail. Who will lead? That'll be top of her trade. 1-9. Chalk Choice on the engine for Barrio. 2nd is Rave Review. To get away 3rd, that's Cinder Angelina. Racing 4th, She's a Lover. Then in 5th, it's Toonie Tina. The trailer is Windermere No Harm Done. They arrived at the front quarter with top of her trade in control. 28-1 was a solid opening quarter. Rave Review right there in the 2-hole, back into 3rd. That's Cinder Angelina. She's a Lover goes 4th. There goes Windermere No Harm Done. Underway to pick up 5th on the outside. Following to the outside 6th. That's Toonie Tina halfway home in the 5th. Top of her trade, getting her there. Windermere No Harm Done now on the outside 2nd. 3rd up the rail is Rave Review. The opening half mile, 59 seconds flat. Around the turn, arriving at 5/8. Top of her trade, the leader. Rave Review 2nd. 3rd on the outside. Windermere No Harm Done. Cinder Angelina at the rail 4th. Now 5th on the outside is Toonie Tina. She's a Lover is the trailer. They're over to 3/4. Top of her trade now extending the lead by 3.5. Rave Review is strictly giving chase. Windermere No Harm Done on the outside 3rd. 3/4 in 1. 28-1. And homeward bound. Top of her trade. Clear by 5. 5. Rave Review is second. Windermere No Harm Done third. Cinder Angelina fourth. Coming to the wire. Top of her trade for Berrio go all the way. Rave Review was second. Windermere No Harm Done will finish third. The mile 1:57.4.
Here comes the slow-mo replay from tonight's fifth race, brought to you by Universum Media. And we saw Top of the Trade bust off the wings, go to the front tonight. 28-1 to the quarter, down to the half in 59. Started to lose contact with the field around the three quarters in 128-1, and drives away from them here. 157-1 the mile for Gilles Berrio. I believe that's his second win on the card. Up for second is the 2, Rave Review. Windermere No Harm Done up on the outside gets the 3, and Cinder Angelina down along the rail there on your screen gets the 4. 6-2-5-1 unofficially here in race 5. We'll see the winning connections in the Windermere Standardbreds Winner Circle next.
Top of her trade is into the fifth race winner's circle. Big pacing mare 4 by Bolt the Door. From the Presidential Ball Dam Career Success, owned by the Crazy H stable of Charlottetown, trained by Todd Walsh. Joe Berrio put the mare on top at every call. A winner in 157-4. For Joe Berrio, his second winner on the night for the double. Top of her trade in the fifth. Now the official results in race 5, Cinder Angelina 4th, Rave Review 2nd, She's a Lover 6th, Toonie Tina 5th, Windermere No Harm Done 3rd, Top of her trade, the race winner, 28-1, 59, 128-1, and the mile 157-4. In review, it's 426, 531. Top of her trade, 210. The exactor 440, triactor 1330, superfecta 265.
In case you're just tuning in or arriving on the scene here, Redshores and industry officials continue to monitor the weather forecast for the weekend racing schedule. An official announcement will be made tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. It's great to see local businesses supporting island traditions like the Governor's Plate. So often in this busy age, we forget to make time for our neighbours. We here at Red Shore Summerside would like to sincerely thank our neighbours at Summerside Chrysler Dodge for being a part of this year's Governor's Plate race. Stop in and visit them at Summerside's Action Corner, 3 Water Street, or visit them online at summersidechrysler.com.
Third division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old Colt Pacers. This one's an A division carrying a purse of $16,420. On parade, number 1, J.J. Xavier, owned by David Lund of Moncton, New Brunswick, trained by Earl Smith, Mark Bradley driving. 2, Roll With It Hottie Toddy, owned by Trevor Hicken of Montague, Todd and Trish Hardy of Windsor, Nova Scotia. Trevor does the training, Jill's Barrio. 3, Fernhill General, owned by Peter Smith of Stratford, Gerald Morrissey of Vernon River, trained by Earl Smith, Brody McPhee drives. Number 4 is Woodmere Bankroll, owned by Mike Pollard of Stratford. The trainer-driver is Mike McGuigan. 5, Mr. Stanley. The owners are Angus Bird, John Bird, Morris McCabe, and Gerard Ellsworth, trained and driven by Stephen Shepard. Maximum Lovin', number 6, owned by Ian Tate of St. Andrews, Nova Scotia, trained and driven by Claire MacDonald. Number 7, Fernhill Gusto, owned by Greyland Farm of Gulf Shore, Nova Scotia, trained and driven by Mark Campbell. 3 minutes wagering time on tonight's 6th race. This is the start of the on-track pick 5, and the ballots are in your program.
Let's go out to the track tonight for race number 6, Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old Pacing Colts A Division for a purse of $16,420. Looking at the 3, Fernhill General, 2-year-old colt by Malicious for Peter Smith and Gerald Morrissey. Earl Smith, the trainer. Brody McPhee back in the bike. Qualified at Charlottetown, June 22nd, post 3, right down the road, 2 minutes, 4/5. Closed it out in 27 and 4. Great spot to work from tonight for Fernhill General. First lifetime start at 6-5. There we see the 2 roll with Hottie Toddy. Jill Barrio driving for Trevor Hicken of Montague and Todd and Trish Hardy of Windsor, Nova Scotia. Trevor Hicken is the trainer. Qualified at Charlottetown, June 26, post 5, finish 3, race time 2 minutes flat. Closed it out in 28 and 2 for Brian McPhee. First lifetime start tonight for Roll with Hottie Toddy at 2-1. And now we see the 4, Woodmere Bankroll, 2-year-old by Roll with It Harry for Mike Pollard of Stratford. Mike McGuigan, the trainer and the driver. Qualified at Charlottetown, June 22nd, finished 2, race time 2:01 and 3, closed it out 28 and 1. And first lifetime start on July the 3rd at Charlottetown, head the rail, right down the road, 159 and 3 winner. Last quarter, 29 and 2 for Mike McGuigan. Post 4 tonight, real good spot to work from. Woodmere Bankroll, good odds, 4-1. We'll have a quick look at the odds board here as we get a look at our first Atlantic Sire Stakes A Division tonight for a purse of $16,420. JJ Xavier on the rail at 17-1. Roll with Hottie Toddy from post 2 at 2-1. Fernhill General is 3 at 3-2. Woodmere Bankroll from post 4 at 9-2. Mr. Stanley from post 5 at 5-2. Maximum Lovin' is 6, 21-1. And the 7, Fernhill Gusto at 9-1. Don't get shut out. Wager early. I'll give a little shout out and a hello to an old little buddy of mine, Alex Gallant, down at the fence. He's here with us tonight at Redshores, Summerside. Hope you're enjoying all the action here tonight at Redshores. Our first A Division Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old Pacing Colts. Purse of $16,420. They're lining up behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Here is Vance Cameron.
JJ Xavier. Roll with Hottie Toddy. Fernhill General. Woodmere Bankroll, Mr. Stanley, Maximum Lovin', Fernhill Gusto, top of the stretch. 2-year-old Colt Pacers, Atlantic Sire. Post time. The rough and pacing roll with Hottie Toddy is leaving. Woodmere Bankroll on the rail. JJ Xavier and also Fernhill General as they round the turn. Off stride goes Mr. Stanley. Now moving into 5th is Maximum Lovin'. 6 up the rail, Fernhill Gusto, and the trailer is Mr. Stanley. On the backstretch, the leader, JJ Xavier. For Mark Bradley, here comes his stablemate, Fernhill General, on to take over the lead for Brody McPhee. Now J.J. Xavier is second, third into the turn, roll with Hottie Toddy. The quarter was 29-1. Racing from 4th is Woodmere Bankroll, around the turn in 5th. Towards that inside, as they race round the turn is Fernhill Gusto. Mr. Stanley on the outside 6, trailing. That is along the inside Maximum Lovin'. So they're halfway home in the 6th race Sire Stakes, and the General and Brody are the leaders by 2.5. J.J. Xavier is second. There goes Woodmere Bankroll underway on the outside third. 4th up the rail, roll with Hottie Toddy. 58-3. They're rolling along in here at the 5/8 pole. Fernhill General on top. From the outside, that is Woodmere Bankroll second. J.J. Xavier third. Moving up 4th, Fernhill Gusto. To the outside 5th is roll with Hottie Toddy. 6 is Maximum Lovin'. Mr. Stanley on the outside trails, leading the field. Fernhill General at 3/4 in 1:28 flat from the outside. Fernhill Gusto is second. Back into third is Woodmere Bankroll. They get set to turn on home. And as they drive down the stretch, it's Fernhill General. Fernhill Gusto. Oh, the General was sharp here for Brody McPhee. Fernhill General in the Atlantic Sires. Fernhill Gusto second. Woodmere Bankroll third. Time for the mile. 1:56.4.
Here comes the slow-mo replay for race number 6, brought to you by Universum Media. Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old pacing colts, A division, $16,420. And Fernhill General used hard to get to the front tonight. Round the quarter, 29-1. The half up in 58-3. The 3/4 in 1:28. And he looks like he's on cruise control here tonight. Last quarter, 28-4. Last half, 58-1. He gets a maiden record here tonight. 1:56.4. Up for second is the 7, Fernhill Gusto. Woodmere Bankroll drove in there for third, with roll with Hottie Toddy fourth. So we get 3-7-4-2 unofficially here in race 6. We'll see the winning connections in the Woodmere Standardbreds Winner Circle and the presentation of the Atlantic Sire Stakes Cooler next.
Well, breeder Brian McLeod out of Truro, Nova Scotia would be very elated here in the 6th race. 2 of them that he raced, finishing first and second here. It looks like he's going to be a super colt. Fernhill General arriving at the 6th race winner's circle. Bay Pacing Colt 2 by Militias off the Arts Place stem. Noble Ellen, owned by Peter Smith of Stratford and Gerald Morrissey of Vernon River. The colt bred by Brian McLeod of Truro, Nova Scotia. Trained by Earl Smith and driven to victory by Brodie McPhee in his debut 156-4. Maiden record Fernhill General in the Atlantic Sire Stakes with the trackside presentation. Here's the official results now in race 6. J.J. Xavier 5th. Roll with Hottie Toddy 4th. Fernhill General was the winner. Woodmere Bankroll finished 3rd. Mr. Stanley was 6th. Maximum Lovin finished 7th. Fernhill Gusto was 2nd. Fractions of 29 and 1, 58 and 3, 128, and the mile 156 and 4. In review, it's 541, 3672. Fernhill General returning 340. The exactor 3070, triactor 10880, and the superfecta was 2205.
Saturday night, the PEI, the 50-50 draw will include the 50-50 prize money draw and 4 other draws for these prizes from the Prince of Rhode Island Industry Association. A $250 gift card for the Summerside Toyota. 2 draws each for a $100 gas card sponsored by Noonan Petroleum, and 1 draw for a $135 gift card in celebration of 135 years of racing right here at Red Shores Summerside.
Updating tonight's 50-50 draw. Right now, $400 going to go to the winner, but time is running out. Make sure you get your 50-50 draw ticket tonight. It's valued right now at $400 to the winner. Tonight's seventh race on Post Parade, Pacific Delight number 1, owned by Jimmy Gorman, Eldred Nicholson, Bobby Joe Matheson, and Quentin Bevan, trained by Ronnie Matheson, Corey McPherson driving. 2 is Warrawee Eula, owned by David McDonald of Belfast, trained and driven by Jason Hughes. 3 Jay's Little Spark, owned by Chris McGinnis of Hampshire, trained by Greg McGinnis, tonight Brody McPhee. Number 4, The Boss is a Girl, owned by Alison Ramsey of Winslow North and Brian Ramsey of Summerside, trained by Ronnie Matheson, with Jules Barrio driving. Number 5, Rock the Baby, owned by Jackie Heffernan of Glace Bay, Nova Scotia. Miles Heffernan Jr., the trainer. That's Miles Sr. above the wheels. Number 6, Fuzzpot, owned by Don McNeil Jr., Stanhope, trained by Jeff Wallace. Devin Wallace does the driving. 3 minutes wagering time on race number 7. Race replays, results, and more. Go to Redshores.ca.
Let's go to the track for tonight's 7th race. Exactor, Superfecta, Triactor, Win, Place, and Show Wagering. Landing on the 2 in here, Warrawee Eula. Jason Hughes, the trainer-driver for David McLeod of Belfast. Last start at Charlottetown, June the 24th. Head the rail and went right down the road. Winner 156 and 2. Closed it out in 29 and 1. 3 wins on the season, and that was a season's best for this 5-year-old mare by Shadow Play. 13 wins lifetime, looks for win 14 tonight. Warrawee Eula from post 2 with Jason Hughes at 5-2. Back to the track for race number 7. There's a look at the rail sitter in here, Pacific Delight. 4-year-old mare by Better's Delight for James Gorman, Eldred Nicholson, Bobby Joe Matheson, and Quentin Bevan. Ronnie Matheson is the trainer. Corey McPherson will do the driving tonight. Last start at Charlottetown, June 24th. Head post 2 and finish 2, just beat half a length. Race timed 156 and 1. Closed it out in 28 and 3. That was for Corey McPherson. 4 wins on the season, including a 159 and 1 season's best at Charlottetown, taken early on in January. Pacific Delight on the rail tonight with Corey McPherson at even money. There's a look at the 4. The Boss is a Girl. Allison Ramsey and Brian Ramsey share the ownership. Ronnie Masson is the trainer, and Jill Berrio will do the driving tonight. This 4-year-old mare by Believe in Bruiser. Last start at Charlottetown, July 3rd, post 3. Got parked, finished 7, race time 1:58 and 4 for David Dowling. Start before that, June 24th at Charlottetown. Finished 2, race time 1:57 flat. And if you get down 4 starts to June the 10th at Charlottetown, it was a wire-to-wire winner from post 3 in 1:59 and 2 for Jill Berrio, closing it out in 30 and 3. The Boss is a Girl from post 4 tonight with Jill Berrio at 4-1. Let's have a quick look at the odds board here for race number 7. Want you in some action. Pacific Delight on the rail at 4-5. Warwi Ula from post 2 at 6-5. Jay's Little Spark is 3 at 8-1. The Boss is a Girl from post 4 at 5-1. Rock the Baby is 5 at 7-1. And Fusspot from post 6 for Devin Wallace. Don Jr. is the owner, and he's watching tonight. Shout out to you, Don McNeil Jr. Fusspot is 26-1. Fillies and Mares in tonight's 7th race. They are approaching the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go back upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Pacific Delight, Warwi Eula, Jay's Little Spark, The Box is a Girl, Rock the Baby, Fusspot. Top of the stretch. They're approaching a start. The rough and pacing Rock the Baby is firing out. Pacific Delight along the rail. Into the turn third is Warwi Eula. To get away fourth along the inside is Jay's A Little Spark. The Box is a Girl fifth. Then the trailer. That'll be Fusspot. To the backstretch they go. Rock the Baby the leader. Vacating the 2-hole. There goes Pacific Delight. Up on the outside. She's headed to the lead as the post-time favorite. In line to Corey McPherson. Rock the Baby is second. Back into third, Warwi Eula. Then it's Jay's A Little Spark fourth. The Box is a Girl fifth. Fusspot is sixth. 28 and 4 was the opening quarter. They're rounding the paddock turn for the first time, and now on the point. That is Pacific Delight, the fraction setter. Rock the Baby's in the 2-hole, coming out of the turn third. Warwi Eula up on the outside. The Box is a Girl. Underway from fourth. Racing fifth is Jay's A Little Spark, and the trailer sixth is Fusspot. At the midway point, the Box is a Girl right to the lead, and she's cleared for Berrio. 60 seconds. Flat was the half. A mile 31 and 1 second quarter breather. That was enough to get the Box is a Girl on the point. Now by 2. Pacific Delight is second. Rock the Baby up on the outside third. Warwi Eula fourth. Jay's A Little Spark fifth. Fusspot the trailer. Down to a quarter of a mile to go. And the Box is a Girl the leader. Pacific Delight second. 3/4 and 1. 28 and 3. They picked it up to 28 and 3 in the third, and they're homeward bound. The Box is a Girl. Clear by 3. Pacific Delight is all out. She's in the 2-hole. Rock the Baby and Warwi Eula. The Box is a Girl, and Berrio win again. Pacific Delight is second. Warwi Eula rallied up to be third. Time for the mile in 1:57.3.
Here comes the replay, slow-mo replay, brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's 7th race. And we saw Pacific Delight go to the front tonight, 28-4. The Boss is a Girl come calling at the half and a minute clear going into the first turn, heading to the 5/8. And it was game over from there. 128-3 to the 3/4. The third quarter in 28-3. Stops the clock tonight in 157-3. Last quarter, 29 seconds flat. Pacific Delight in there for second. Warrawee Ula is third. Rock the Baby fourth. So we get a 4-1-2-5 unofficially here in race 7. We'll see the winning connections in the Woodmere Standardbreds winner circle next.
Well, Jill's Barrios taking dead aim at that Basil Whalen Memorial Top Driver Trophy for Plate Week. The Maritime Magic Man is his third winner on the card tonight. He's triples up. The Boss is a Girl in the 7th race winner's circle. Bay Pacing Mare 4 by Believin' Bruiser off the 4-star Shark Dam, solid 4-star. Owned Allison Ramsey of Winslow North and Brian Ramsey of Summerside, trained by Ronnie Matheson, driven to victory by Jill's Barrio. Mile 157-3. The Boss is a Girl in the 7th. Now the official results in race 7. Pacific Delight was second. Warrawee finished third. Jay's Little Spark was sixth. The Boss is a Girl, the race winner. Rock the Baby finished fourth. Fuzzpot finished fifth. 28-4, 1 minute. 128-3. And the mile 157-3. From the top, 236. 145. The Boss is a Girl, 920. Exactor 1980, Tractor 2170, Superfecta $10.12.
Race Day Live 2021 is presented by Summerside Chrysler Dodge, proud sponsor of the Governor's Plate and Red Shores. The Race Day Show is an official Red Shores broadcast network. The new season is underway, and we are right in the middle of Governor's Plate Week right now. For racing information, HPI bet account information, and sign-ups, go to Redshores.ca. Last call for 50-50 up here in the Oval. Lynn is up here right now. It's your last call for 50-50 in the Oval.
Fourth and final division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes on the 8th race post parade. Number 1 is Gascoigne Rocks, owned by Murray McDonald of Belfast, trained by Wade Story. Gilles Barrio drives. 2 is Brumby, owned by Five Guys Horses and Lies of Charlottetown, trained by Jamie Smith, David Dowling. Number 3, All the Way to Cardigan, is owned by Jackie Heffernan of Glace Bay, Nova Scotia. Miles Heffernan Jr. trails, Miles Sr. drives. Number 4 is Check Your Source, owned by Jamie Whalen of Vernon Bridge and Glenn Dunn of Somerville. The trainer-driver is Mike McGuigan. Number 5 is St. Charles Fireball, owned by Ryan and Everett McLeod of Surrey, trained and driven by Mark Campbell. Number 6 is Scratched. Seven is Tobin's Rollin', owned by Maura Kerr of Greenfield, Nova Scotia, trained and driven by Claire MacDonald. Number 8, Woodmere Gaelic, is owned by the Next Generation Stable of Stratford, trained by Earl Smith. The drive goes to Brody McPhee. 3 minutes wagering time on race number 8. The top driver of Governor's Plate Week will be presented with the Basil Whalen Memorial Trophy. Rocky, it usually comes down to Governor's Plate night to decide the winner.
That's right, fans. And going into tonight, We have 3 of them tied. This is before tonight. We got Mark Campbell, Gilles Barriot, and Corey McPherson all with 6 wins. Jason Hughes has 4, and Jacob Sweet has 2 wins. That's going into tonight's program for the Basil Whalen Trophy. Let's go to the track for tonight's 8th race. Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old pacing colts. A division, second A division, $16,420 on the line. Landing on the 3 all the way to Cardigan here for Miles Heffernan. He's driving for his wife Jackie Heffernan and son Miles Heffernan Jr., who does the training. Nice qualifier at Charlottetown, June 26th. Head the rail and went right down the road in 1:59.2. Closing it out in 28.2. First lifetime start for this 2-year-old by Tobago K's all the way to Cardigan. After that song you hear on the hoedown on Saturday nights. Post 3 tonight at 5-2. There's a look at the 5, St. Charles Fireball, 2-year-old by Tobago K's for Ryan and Everett McLeod of Surrey. Mark Campbell training and driving. Was in that same qualifier with the 3-horse. On June the 26th, post 3, finished second by a neck. Race timed in 1:59.2, closed it out in 28.1 for Mark Campbell. Post 5 tonight for St. Charles Fireball at 1-2. There's a look at the 8, Woodmere Gaelic, 2-year-old by Stonebridge Terror for Next Generation Stable of Stratford. Earl Smith is the trainer and Brody McPhee in the driver's seat. These two are looking to team up for a double here tonight. Woodmere Gaelic from post 8. Qualified at Charlottetown June 22nd, had the rail, was a winner. Wire to wire, 2:03.2, closed it out in 29.2 for Brody McPhee. First lifetime start for this 2-year-old by Stonebridge Terror, Woodmere Gaelic at 12-1. Final division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old pacing colts. It's an A division for $16,420. They're behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Up to you, Vance, for the call.
Gascoigne Rocks, Brumby. All the way to Cardigan. Check your source. St. Charles Fireball. Tobin's rolling. Woodmere Gaelic, top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough and pacing Brumby is the first one out. Second is Gascoigne Rocks, racing from third into the turn all the way to Cardigan. Then in fourth as they make their way on the turn. Racing around the turn, fourth is St. Liot's Fireball. Now in fifth is Check Your Source. Back into sixth, Tobin's rolling. And that is Woodmere Gaelic, and he is the reason for the inquiry here. Along the back stretch and all the way to Cardigan from the outside, about to clear the lead for Miles Heffernan Sr. Second, that's Brumby, the quarter mile in 29 and 3. Around the turn, Gascoigne Rocks is third. Tipping to the outside, fourth, there goes St. Charles Fireball. Then in fifth is Check Your Source. Back into sixth is Tobin's rolling. And Woodmere Gaelic never made the start, is in the backfield. The trailer, they approach the opening half mile. All the way to Cardigan, halfway home. Second is Brumby from the outside, and first up, St. Charles Fireball. Racing from fourth upon the outside. Check Your Source. On the cones, fifth is Gascoigne Rocks. 59 and 2 was the half. All the way to Cardigan, opening up by 3. Second is Brumby from the outside. St. Charles Fireball is third. Gascoigne Rocks on the rail, fourth. Fifth on the outside, Check Your Source. Then Tobin's rolling, and a Woodmere Gaelic by the 3/4. All the way to Cardigan is still there in 1. 28 and 4 from the outside. St. Charles Fireball grinding away now. Racing second. Third up the rail, Brumby. Check Your Source on the outside. Fourth. Down the home stretch now. St. Charles Fireball in line to Mark Campbell. Captures the Atlantic Sire Stakes. Second is Check Your Source. Brumby will finish third. Time for the mile in 1:58 and 2.
Here comes the slow-mo replay for race number 8, brought to you by Universum Media. Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old pacing colts A division, and we saw all the way to Cardigan, parked all the way to the quarter in 29 and 3 tonight. He gets to the front, the half in 59 and 2. Mark Campbell came calling with St. Charles Fireball. 3/4 in 1:28 and 4, and then they battled around the turn. And in the stretch here, St. Charles Fireball for Mark Campbell opens up. First lifetime start, makes it a winning one. 1:58 and 2. That's a maiden record. Up for second is the 4, Check Your Source. Brumby in there for third. And the 1, Gascoigne Rocks with Gilles Barrio is fourth. So we got 5, 4, 2, 1 unofficially here in race 8. And we are under an inquiry. We'll see St. Charles Fireball in the Woodmere Standardbreds winner circle for the presentation of the Atlantic Sire Stakes Cooler next.
The judge's inquiry involves the start of number 8, Woodmere Gaelic. Please retain your tickets in the 8th race.
Couple of winners in the pony pick tonight. Jeff Farish wins for upstairs again, and Hal Parker for downstairs. Come to the broadcast desk.
On his way to the winner's circle in tonight's 8th race, the 5-entry St. Charles Fireball, pacing Colt 2 by Tobago Cays. Off the Mach 3 Dam Ovation Colleen, owned by Ryan and Everett McLeod of Surrey. Colt bred by Jamie McKinley. Mark Campbell does the training and the driving. He debuts this night to a maiden record of 158 and 2. St. Charles Fireball in the Atlantic Sire Stakes with the trackside presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a general refund of all monies wagered on number 8 Woodmere Gaelic. Failure to make the fair start poll at the word go. Race 8, all monies wagered on number 8, cheerfully refunded at any par mutual window. Here's the official results out of the 8th race. Gascoigne Rocks was 4th. Brumby finished 3rd. All the way to Cardigan was 5th. Check Your Source 2nd. St. Charles Fireball the winner. Stash It Away was scratched. Tobin's Roland finished 6th. Woodmere Gaelic was 7th and refunded. 29 and 3. 59 and 2. 128 and 4. 158 and 2. In review, 4-3-5, 2-1 scratched, 6-7. St. Charles Fireball paid $220. Exactor $49.80, Triactor $134.40, and the Superfecta $24.25.
Summerside Chrysler Dodge is a proud supporter of the Prince County Hospital Foundation and is hosting their 13th annual Grassroots and Cowboy Boots fundraiser on September the 4th, where they will be drawing for a 2021 Jeep Wrangler. Call Summerside Chrysler to purchase tickets. Redshores and industry officials continue to monitor the weather forecast for the weekend racing schedule. An official announcement will be made tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Time to check your 50-50 draw tickets. Tonight valued at $509. The winning number 417595. 417595 for $509. In the second chance draw with those same 50-50 tickets, it's a gift certificate of $135 to Isley's Feed and Farm. It's 417871. 417871 for the Isley's gift card. Good luck. Ninth race on the track, and they're set for the post parade. Number 1 is Ultimately Handsome, owned by the Ultimate Stable of Greater Lakeburg, New Brunswick, trained by Don Hubbard. Kyle Mason drives. Number 2, Flash in the Pang, is owned and trained by Huey Murphy aboard in Carlton. Corey McPherson. 3, Euchred, owned by Kayla Habich Walker of Inverness, Nova Scotia, trained by Walter Walker with Don Gillis Jr. Number 4, Coast to Coast Shark, owned by Shirley Wallace of Alberton, trained by Jeff Wallace. Devin Wallace driving. 5, Power of the Cruisers, owned by Ivan McMillan of O'Leary, trained by Philip DeRoche. Miles Heffernan. Number 6 is Messier Sealster, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge. Jennifer trains Mark Campbell in the sulky. 2 minutes wagering time on the 9th race. 2 minutes to post. And Rocky, you and I come up with our selections in the 9th race, and we thank Results Advertising and Marketing as they present the Vance Cam from up top of the historic Summerside Raceway. In the 9th race, going to go to the Walter Walker trainee, Euchred. Used to seeing him vie for a shot at the Governor's Plate. And this Governor's Plate week, he's in the conditioned event with Don Gillis Jr. in the board. I'll look for him to be right on the engine on this night. I like number 6, Messier Sealster. This horse has changed barns. She's in the hands now of Jennifer Doyle. Gets Mark Campbell back in the sulky. He was very tardy at the start, his last par mutual, but was ready to rock in the qualifier. Closing it out 28 seconds for a mile and 57-1. For triactor players, I like Huey Murphy's horse from post 2, Flash in the Pang, on a 2-race win streak. He's moving up in class. And for superfecta players, I'm going to go to Alberton and the Wallace boys with 4, Coast to Coast Shark to complete my super. Here in the 9th race, I like 3, 6, 2, 4. And your choices?
Well, I'm going to go with your 4th pick here for my first pick, Coast to Coast Shark. I'd like him to win this race for Devin Wallace. He looks to double up tonight. For second, I'll go to the 3, Euchred, for Donald Gillis Jr., for Walter Walker and Kayla Habich Walker. For you triactor players, I'll go with the 6, Messier Sealster. As you said, Vance changes barns, goes into Jennifer Doyle's stable. And for you superfecta players, I'll go with the 2, Flash in the Pang, for Corey McPherson. So I like 4, 3, 6, 2. We got the same numbers, just different order. Good luck with your selections here in race 9. tonight's 9th race. It's our feature on a Thursday night at Red Shores, Summerside. They're lining up behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go back upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Ultimately Handsome, Flash in the Pang Euchert, Coast to Coast Shark, Power of a Cruiser, and Messier Sealster, top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing the inside trio. They were on the gate and they are leaving into the turn. Ultimately Handsome at the rail, the leader. Flash in the Bang. Euchert driving up from the outside is third. To get away fourth, Power of a Cruiser. Then in fifth, Messier Sealster. And the trailer, that is Coast to Coast Shark. That was a mighty good opening eighth. Ultimately Handsome is on the engine. In line to Kyle Mason. Caught on the outside is Euchert. Third up the rail is Flash in the Pang. They're rolling here. Racing from fourth, Power of a Cruiser, the quarter mile. 28 seconds flat, and they're to it and at it. At it and to it on the front end. Ultimately Handsome the leader. Euchert is gonna get the worst of it. Parked out in second. Third up the rail, Flash in the Pang. Then in fourth, Power of a Cruiser. Fifth is Messier Sealster. And Coast to Coast Shark is completely out of this race on past the opening half mile. Ultimately Handsome, he's serious on the lead. 56 and 3 was the half mile. Second is Flash in the Pang. Racing from third, Power of a Cruiser. Messier Sealster fourth. Euchert's heading off. He's backed up to fifth. And the trailer, Coast to Coast Shark. Up the backstretch they go. 3/4 coming next. Flash in the Pang on the outside. Ultimately Handsome at the rail has given way now. Up on the outside, Power of a Cruiser. Now third, 3/4 in 1:26 and 2/8 of a mile to go. Flash in the Pang will bring him home. Power of a Cruiser on the outside. Messier Sealster third. Power of a Cruiser getting there on the outside. Power of a Cruiser for Miles Heffernan Sr. Flash in the Pang was second. Third is Messier Sealster. Time for the mile in 1:55 and 2.
Here comes the slow-mo replay for race number 9, our feature on the night. Brought to you by Universum Media, and we saw Ultimately Handsome go right down the road tonight. Try to 28 seconds to the quarter, 56 and 3 to the half, 126 and 2 to 3/4. Flash in the Pang, he went around him, and then Power of a Cruiser drawing down the stretch here up on the outside, gets up to get the job done. 155 and 2. 4 Miles Heffernan up for second is the 2, Flash in the Pang. Messier Sealster in there for third. Ultimately Handsome is fourth. 5-2-6-1. Unofficially here in race 9. We'll see the winning connections in the Woodmere Standardbreds winner circle next.
Well, time for the Cape Bretoner to get the longest shot on the board right on down the road to the winner's circle. And that is number 5, Power of a Cruiser, here in the 9th race. Bay Pacing Gelding, he's 8 by Yankee Cruiser. From the Beach Towel Dam, Power of Thunder, owned by Ivan McMillan of O'Leary, trained by Philip DeRoche. In the hands of Miles Heffernan Sr., he'll stop the clock in a good trip of 1:55 and 2. Power of a Cruiser upsets the 9th. Now the official results in the 9th, ultimately Handsome 4th, Flash in the Pang 2nd, Euchard finished 5th, Coast to Coast Shark 6th, Power of a Cruiser, the winner, Messier Sealster finished 3rd, 28, 56 and 3, 126 and 2, and the mile 155 and 2. In review 425, 613. Power of a Cruiser 1920. The exactor 112.90, the triactor 513.10. There is a superfecta carryover.
Just a message to our participating horse people. There will be a $25 hookup fee awarded to those finishing out of the purse money in overnight races only, from race programs held between Monday, July 5th through July 10th, Governor's Plate Week. This hookup fee is sponsored by the following 3 groups: the Prince County Horsemen's Club, the Prince of Rhode Island Standardbred Horse Owners Association, and the Prince of Rhode Island Harness Racing Industry Association. These hookup fees will be delivered by Don Hubbard.
10th race post parade, number 1, Flowers on the Beach, owned by Jeff Wallace of Elmsdale and Cecil Flowers of Tignish. Jeff does the training with Devin Wallace driving. Number 2, 3 Truths, owned by Jason Rice of Kensington and Darren Doyle of York, trained by Paul Doyle, driven by Mark Campbell. 3, Lord and Legend, owned by Donald McRae of Vernon Bridge, trained and driven by Jason Hughes. Number 4 is KD Overdrive, owned by Steve Mason of Quizbam Sis, New Brunswick. Steve does the training. Kyle Mason drives. Number 5 is JK Express, owned by James Perot of Stratford, the trainer-driver Kenny Arsenault. Number 6, Wims Drop Off, owned by Carson Wilkie of Stratford, trained by Kenneth Wilkie. Miles Heffernan drives. Number 7 is Harbor Light Jerry, owned by Ralph Jardine of Arthur, Ontario, trained by Kyle Wilkie, driven by Stephen Shepard. Number 8 is Adkins Hanover, owned by Perry Burke of Gros Isle, Quebec, trained by Trevor Hicken, driven by Amber Campbell. 10th race featuring Exactor, Jackpot High Five, Superfecta, Triactor, and Win Place and Show Wagering. They're all available. And Rocky, you and I are going to come up with our finale selections, trying to master that Jackpot High Five. And we thank Results Advertising and Marketing as they present the Vance Cam. Here in the 10th, I'm going to go to number 5, JK Express, out of the Kenny Arsenault barn. He started off with non-winners of 2001. He's gradually going down the class ladder, and I like him here in the nightcap here on this Thursday night of Plate Week in Summerside. Going to go right alongside number 4, KD Overdrive. All those miles in 58, 59 over St. John, and you've seen big improvement from every horse that lands at Summerside that's been racing at St. John. I like number 3, Lord and Legend, to complete the triactors for the Blue Knight. For the Superfectors, I'm going to go to 2, 3 Truths and Mark Campbell. And for my Jackpot High Five, I'll land on the 1, Flowers on the Beach. So I'm going to go right from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blackstoff, your choices.
I'm going to go with the 5 as well. JK Express, as you said, started off in the numbers of 2001, racing against the likes of Day Delight, Rose Run Quest, Cowboy Logic, and those horses. For second, I'll go with the rail sitter in here, Flowers on the Beach. Devin Wallace drives. For third, Triactor players, I'll go with the 2, 3 Truths. For Mark Campbell, for you Superfecta players, I like the 3, Lord and Legend for Jason Hughes. And for you Jackpot High Five players, I'll go with the 4, KD Overdrive with Kyle Mason. So I like 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. You heard Vance's selections and you heard mine. Good luck with yours. There's 8 horses lining up behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's finale. Let's go back upstairs one more time to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Flowers on the Beach, Three Truths, Lord and Legend, Katie Overdrive, JK Express, Wims Drop Off, Harbor Light, Jerry on the outside. That's Atkins Hanover. Top of the stretch. They're approaching a start. Finale time. The rough and pacing Adkins Hanover from the grandstand side. Lord and Legend will be second into the turn. Flowers on the Beach now check into fourth. Racing third is Katie Overdrive. Then Flowers on the Beach. From the outside around the turn is Three Truths fifth. Then in sixth is JK Express. Wims Drop Off is seventh and the trailer. That's Harbor Light Jerry. Along the back stretch they go. Adkins Hanover all the way from the grandstand side. Right on the engine in line to Amber Campbell. Racing second is Lord and Legend. Katie Overdrive is third. Flowers on the Beach fourth. Then in fifth, that is Three Truths, the quarter mile in 29 and 1. There goes Three Truths to the outside fifth. JK Express will pick up the cover on the outside sixth. Wims Drop Off is seventh, and to the outside the trailer, that is Harbor Light Jerry. They approach the opening half mile, and the backfield well in motion now. Adkins Hanover is halfway home. Lord and Legend is second. First up, that's Katie Overdrive third. Racing fourth, Flowers on the Beach, 59 seconds flat was the half. Adkins Hanover quickly by 3. Second is Lord and Legend. Flowers on the Beach third. Katie Overdrive is a stalled fourth. Moving up fifth now, that is JK Express. Three Truths between horses sixth. Seventh is Wims Drop Off. Trailing the field, Harbor Light Jerry. Adkins Hanover in the lead, and it's getting late. 3/4 in 1:27 and 1. The veteran pacer threw a quarter in 28 and 1 at them, and he's homeward bound. Adkins Hanover trying to upset them here in the nightcap. Lord and Legend second. JK Express on the outside, picking them up, putting them down. Here's the line. Adkins Hanover all the way with JK Express and Lord and Legend. What a trip from the veteran pacer. 1:57.3.
Here comes the slow-mo replay from tonight's finale, brought to you by Universum Media. And we saw Adkins Hanover all the way from post 8 go to the front, 29 and 1, the half up in 59, 3/4 in 1:27 and 1, and he gets the job done here tonight in 1:57 and 3. That's the season's best for this 12-year-old by Western Ideal. It's close for second, and we are under an inquiry here in race number 10. Hold all tickets.
Judges' inquiry underway in race number 10. They're going to take a look at the conduct of the 10th race after the 3/4. Simply put, what a fantastic old racehorse this fella is as he gets his 51st lifetime victory. He can leave as much as the car. Adkins Hanover going to the 10th race winner's circle. Bay Pacing gelding 12 by Western Ideal. Off the Dragon's Lair Dam, All-American Nadia. Owned by Perry Burke of Grosal, Quebec, trained by Trevor Hicken. Amber Campbell sent him right down the road, and he marches home in 157 and 3. Adkins Hanover in a 10th race upset. Now the results of the 10th race inquiry. Number 4, Katie Overdrive, finished 5th, will be placed 8th for inside 3 consecutive pylons. Here's the official results. Flowers on the Beach 4th, 3 Truths was 7th, placed 6th. Lord and Legend 3rd. KD Overdrive finished 5th, placed 8th for the pylon violation. JK Express was 2nd. Wims Drop Off finished 6th, placed 5th. Harbor Light Jerry finished 8th, was placed 7th. Adkins Hanover was the winner, 29-1, 59, 127-1, and the mile 157-3. From the top after the placings, it's 4-6-3, 8-2-5-7-1. Adkins Hanover paid $17. The exactor $35.20, triactor $532.70. Superfecta $379.18. The late daily double $164. And that super high 5 yet to be posted. That's going to complete our live presentation on this night at historic Summerside. Reminder of that important decision tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock on whether we race tomorrow night. Tonight's Par Mutual handle $56,332. Ladies and gentlemen, from up top of the Summerside Raceway, thanking you for joining us. This is Vance Cameron bidding you a safe journey home.